Good evening, everybody. I got the light on tonight. Yes, I'm using the light. Blessings, love, and light to everybody. I'm making sure that I don't point this towards me. We're going to try this out. And this is Encounters, the late night UFO spiritual talk show. I'm CmdrAleon. So if the lighting looks weird, we're testing out this new light. Hey, Willie, good to see you. We're just testing out this thing here to test my theory. I'm not going to blast any ambient space music or anything, but we're going to see if any of the space people that are here with me show up. I know they like the lighting. I know our space brothers like the lighting, so I'm using the lighting tonight and doing an experiment. This is basically an experiment, and we're going to see what happens. So if my face looks kind of colorful, yeah, I got the lighting on, the astronaut light on here. Let me see if I can adjust it a little bit. Hold on. Okay, now let's see what happens here. Here we go. So we got the lighting going here, and we're a little kind of spaced out here. Looks like the aurora tonight, same color. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is the first time I've hooked this up on my show here. I'm really super excited. So I figure if any cosmic things can possibly happen here, you know, this is the lighting. It's like being in outer space right now. I feel like I'm in outer space. So this, you're watching Encounters. I don't have my green screen on because I'm using this thing, and I want to see what happens. Karen82, thank you for the cap. And hold on a second here. And we're just going to see what happens. My cat seems to be resting, I hope. You know, and this is Ashtar Command Q&A night. So we're going to be getting into Shell Bell, good evening. For all our relatives, good evening, everybody coming in here. So we're going to get into the vibes of questions and answers about the Ashtar Command. I think I'm going to do this tonight for Friday night as I get used to using this thing. It has all kinds of different possibilities. Let's see here. It even has a remote control of all kinds of things on it. And I have no idea how this thing works. It can change things into a nebula or whatever. I got all kinds of goofy things here. Hey, Len Gaffney, good to see you. Good to see everybody coming in here. Blessings to everybody. And welcome to Encounters, the Ashtar Command Show. Welcome into our show here, wherever you may be. And we'll take basically questions tonight focused on the Ashtar Command and our space brothers. Sonia, thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate the gifts. Shono, welcome. Christopher. So we'll see who stays and who doesn't stay or whatever. We're not using our traditional broadcast background here tonight. So it might throw people off a little bit, you know. But that's all right. That's all right. Oh, good evening, Jan R. Good to see you. Good to see everybody coming in here. And we hope everyone's been having a good week. Jared, thank you for the hat and the mustache. And as things progress this evening, we'll get into a lot of your possible questions you might have regarding the Ashtar Command, which I've been working with for years. on a galactic level. Kimmy, Texas, thanks for joining us. Chris, everybody coming in there. Good to have you with us tonight. So we'll see who shows up. Usually as the night goes on, we usually get a bigger group. I've never tried to figure that out. Cape Cod, thank you for joining us. William Oliver. This is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show, and tonight is Ashtar Command Night. Ashtar Command Night. So we're glad to have you with us. All our brothers and sisters out there around the world. Everyone coming in, thank you. And we'll get into some beautiful discussions about the Ashtar Command. Karen, thank you for the cap. And some of the things that are happening off planet in a way that we can elevate consciousness. And that's what it's all about, elevating consciousness, right? And we are surely going into a super frequency of higher consciousness. It's happening all over the place, at least with the people that are waking up. The elevation of consciousness means that we are now going into a dispensation of energy that's different than the life that we've been living on Earth, the energy that we've been given here within a 3D consciousness. Hey, Paranormal Ghostbusters, good to see you, brother, sister. So we're going into this consciousness. Thank you for the roses. We're going into this consciousness, which is going to shift the whole planet. Thank you, Precious. And God bless you too. And as we go into this transformation of consciousness, we will no longer be able to look at things the same way. There's no way we can. You know, it's weird. This whole week, my energy level's been going all over the place. I don't know about anybody here, but everything here is being brought to the surface again. All the things that we experience on Earth are being brought up to our surface. I don't know about anyone out there. I would assume many of you are going through the same emotional things right now. Like all these things are coming into your head. Like, why am I here? You know, this planet is like, what's going on here? This Earth is like so weird now. Things are happening on so many different levels, from the Earth-based level to the non-Earth-based level. You see what I mean? Jackie Rose says, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And that's absolutely true. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You know, and the thing is, once you know the cosmic truth, you can't turn back. It's not like, okay, I know I'm moving forward, but now it was safer when I didn't know anything, right? It was safer when I know, hey, Natasha, good to see you. It was safer when I knew nothing. But you can't turn back. You really can't. There's no back. Oh, good, Teresa. She needs to get some sleep. Hey, Chezo. Hey, brother. Yeah, she needs to get some rest tonight. Yeah, she definitely needs to get some rest. She was off planet for a long time last night. So, hey, good to see you, brother. And Chesno and the doggy. You know, it's just amazing, brothers and sisters, how much we have shifted since last year. And even though, actually, since 2022. Love and light there, Johnny. It's just amazing how we've been shifting. I've been downloaded so much information, and at the same token, for some reason today was the weirdest day of the whole week. I don't know if this day was so messed up. The energies were so ridiculously crazy, and I'm trying to figure it out. You know, I'm trying to hey, young Skywalker, peace and love, Star Family. May the Force be with you as well. Hey, Cliff, good to see you, brother. Yeah, so April's going to get some rest. I was on her live for a little bit, listening, and she just needs to take the time to rest. She was off planet for a long time, and the commander will be sufficiently able to answer a lot of Ashtar command questions anyway, without a problem. We'll get April on. I'm in the living room, not the crystal meditation room. I'm in a different room, so I'm using this kind of lighting tonight. Yeah, she was worn out. She was tired, and I want her to get some rest. I think she needs to. So I'm using the lighting tonight. I can't blast any music because my better half is sleeping. Hey, Will. So I'm using the lighting tonight because I know there's 4 Ashtar commanders that are here in each of our homes. And I figured, well, if I had music and I can play it, maybe, one of my family members would come on the ship, off the ship, and come in here. I didn't see the Northern Lights, Chesno. Did you see Northern Lights? When was that happening? Thank you, Johnny. I'm going to use this thing more often. Where did you see the Northern Lights? When did you see those? Is that happening now? Look outside now. Give me a second here. I just went outside. I didn't see any Northern Lights. I might be in a bad area to not see them. Yeah, I didn't see them. I got too much light pollution around here. Hey, Stella Bella. Good to see everybody. James Rockefeller. Good to have you all here. Man, that's a bummer. I was looking on both sides to the north. I didn't see any Northern Lights. I see the stars are out, but I didn't see anything. Maine East Coast. Oh, okay, yeah, no, yeah, I'm familiar with that. But I see that the sky looks kind of hazy. I see the stars out. I live near woods. Oh, cool. Yeah, you have probably a better vantage point, Chesno. Matter of fact, yeah. Thank you, Linda. I do too. So the next time we have April on next Friday night, we'll use these colors. We'll use these colors and we'll do all kinds of crazy stuff. We'll answer your questions. And I'm thinking, she can put the music on for our Space Brothers and we'll see what happens. Kentucky, the sky was purple. Interesting. So, things are just all kinds of beautiful things. I have you have your Northern Lights. You have your own Northern Lights. I kind of do. Yeah, you know what? I do have the Northern Lights. They're above me right now. I do have my own Northern Lights. Thanks for letting me know that. Judy, I appreciate it. I never thought of that. So even though I can't see them outside, I got them inside. There you go. Meriwether, good to see you. Pecan 216. Joan, welcome to the show. Lester. Barry Wyatt. Welcome, Barry. And this is Encounters. Our Friday night show is usually an Ashtar Command Q&A, and it still is. My friend April is getting some rest, and she needs to just take it easy and rest a little bit. It's very important. And we're just glad to have everybody here. And I figure Whoever shows up will show up tonight on the show and be with us. We would like to get up to 100,000 likes tonight. We're at 14.5. And we're just glad to have everybody here, you know. We're at 1.1 thousand viewers since about a little after 11 o'clock. 1.1 thousand people have actually stepped in to the Ashtar Command Q&A. So if you come in here and things look kind of weird with the lighting and it feels like it's outer space, I wanted to feel that ambience of being in outer space, have that feeling of like we're in the universe and we're all together. So I want to have that beautiful feeling for all of you. And just the kind of feeling as, you know, we had our space people with us and they were here and the rift opened up and Commander's sitting here and the rift opens up and one of the space people come in, or maybe Luna comes in because they love the colors. They're watching the show on the spaceship. So maybe say, oh, this is really cool. Let's go visit the commander. And the rift opens up here and my mother comes in from outer space. That would be pretty cool. Strongest solar storm since 2005 to hit Earth tonight. Wow. You know, I just, if I was up in the northern part of town where the farms are, there's a really good space I can go to see the northern lights. If I were to go uptown, I know exactly where to go. It's only like 2 minutes away out of the center of town, and I probably would see the northern lights pretty good. I'm absolutely certain of it. Hey, Chris, good to see you, brother. Oh, good. I hope the solar storms are really strong for the next 3 days, and maybe I'll be able to see the northern lights tomorrow night. I'll head up to the wooded areas where the field is. Oh, tomorrow too, good. Tomorrow night I'm going to definitely look for them. I'm going to tell everybody, my wife and everything, about the northern lights. We'll go out and take a look at them. That would be pretty cool. And you know, the thing about the sun activity, these big solar storms, let's get into that a bit, because the solar storms that are happening are affecting our whole frequency on the planet, the vibrational patterns of the Earth. And it's just that, you know, those solar, beautiful aurora borealis, that's the beautiful part. But just realize how much energy is being infused into Earth right now. Figure how much spiritual energy is being shot down into Earth. It's going to affect everybody. Yeah, I know. I was on her live. You know, she was definitely off planet for a long time. But the thing is, when she goes off planet that long, it could be very tiring because then she comes back into the physical body. So I'm glad she's sleeping. She needs to rest. She doesn't have to be obligated to do anything but rest. You know, that's so important. Ambassador M. Cloud says, I can see them clear as day. They look like a mirage in the desert. Yeah, where I'm here now, I'm going to wait till I get into the field tomorrow night. I'm going to go uptown and we'll do that. And so I'm just, hey, Grace, I hope you're seeing the northern lights on the water there. You have to have a good location, Grace, to see the northern lights. I'm going to go tomorrow night and look at them. It's supposed these are the strongest solar storms to hit the planet in a good number of years. Billy Carson has revealed working on Mars from maybe ancient civilizations. Interesting, Chris. Interesting. So if you see my new lighting here, folks, I'm testing. I got this for Christmas. My daughter got me this, and I finally took it out of the box and I'm using it, especially for everybody here for Friday night's Ashtar Command Night. Commander, question, can you ask when we pass through the photon belt? Can I ask when we pass through the photon belt? We've actually did that years ago. We went through the photon belt already. Hey, Scott, thanks. So we're on the other side of that. What we're doing now is we're going into, with this solar storm, yeah, it's the little astronaut. The little astronaut got a lot of good reviews, and that's what, that's what I was looking at, and that's what I got for Christmas. It was the best present ever, the commander couldn't not take that gift. So we're being kind of spacey here tonight, kind of a spaced out, very beautiful vibe. And so everybody can hang out and just enjoy the Q&A of the Ashtar Command with the commander. You know, I'm not really kind of doing any interviews tonight. This is the one night where I'm just gonna do what I do. And Chesno's been able to see the Northern Lights. I'm in a downtown area of this town, which is, it's not a big town, the town itself, center-wise, almost near the downtown center. But I can see the stars and everything, but I can't see, because there is some light pollution, I can't see it here. But if I go north, a little bit, 2 minutes north of the center, I'll be able to see Northern Lights tomorrow night. Billy Badass, I remember you, brother. How you doing? How's it going, Billy? It's been a while. Brady, welcome to the show. Letitia Lou, I think it is. Everyone coming in here, welcome. Relax wherever you are on the planet. Summer Mason, welcome to the show. Just relax. If you got a meditation pillow, relax. Just feel like you're on a spaceship tonight. This is going to be a spaceship kind of feel. You know, the commander's going to get everyone on a huge spaceship. We're together in this spaceship. Will, we remember you, Will. Good evening, Will. It's been a while. So we're doing our Ashtar Command Q&A. We're going to stay very focused, and we'll try to answer your questions. But I'm really super excited about what's happening with the sun right now, with these big storms. You know, from a scientific standpoint, they're going to look at this differently than I will. From my standpoint, the solar storms that are hitting River Thank You are going to affect human consciousness. As a matter of fact, these storms will affect all consciousness, not just human consciousness. It'll affect all consciousness, you know, and that's essentially what's happening. And this is also shifting the planet. It's shifting the planet, and as it hits this planet, the solar storms directed us, it will affect all life forms in all aspects of our planet. On the surface of the planet, in the inner Earth, the Agartha network, they're being affected. The subterranean cities are being affected. Thank you so much, Karen. Everything is being affected right now. And if you close your eyes during the solar storms that we're having between now and the next 3 days, meditate. Do some meditation during the solar storms. Say, I wish to connect as a Christed being to my star family. The most powerful energy is happening right now. You have to take advantage of it. So how do you take advantage of these solar storms and all that magnetic energy and all that powerful energy coming to hitting the earth? You take it by simply focusing on meditation. And when you do that, you are going to embrace not only that, like you said, Chris, embrace it. And as people embrace this energy, you're going to see, and Billy is saying, a lot of strange things going on in the sky. Yes, you better believe it, my friend. A lot of strange things are happening in the sky, and a lot of things will increase happening. There's so much going on. There's so many things going on right now with the changes, the earth changes that are going on now, cosmic changes. These cosmic changes are going to affect every cellular structure in your body. And if you're not familiar with what I'm saying when I say cellular structure, it's going to electrify and activate you. You know, so look at the solar energy, take it in, take all this magnetic energy from the sun and absorb it into your body, absorb it into your consciousness, but do it through meditation. Get a space somewhere out there tonight or tomorrow. And even though you don't see the colors of the aurora borealis during the day, it's still hitting the earth. So you need to take advantage of it. That means finding it. If you have to go into the woods and find a place to sit down and meditate on an empty beach or whatever, find that space, you know. Oh, thank you, Jordan. I appreciate that. This is the first night I've used them. Let me see what happens when I go this way. Oh, wow, here you go. Now you can really see the lights. Look at that. Now you can really see them. I feel like I have the aurora borealis happening right in my room. It's like I'm sitting here and there's the aurora borealis going right now in my room. It's really crazy. Hey, Woody Chicken, good to see you. So I wanted to have this special night tonight with the lights. I promised everybody I'd do it, and I'm doing it. I'm doing it for all of you, not just for me. I mean, I'm really enjoying it, you know. And after having a crazy week with people on the phones, people on this planet are a little bit crazy. Some of these people are so into their thing, they don't realize there's another reality out there. It's amazing. Let's see here. Ambassador says, then I'm astral projecting. And so we're just letting everyone enjoy the experience of tonight's special show. And saw UFO land in my city tonight on my, your binoculars, Billy. We're going to have you on tomorrow night to talk about that on our regular show tomorrow night. You'll have to come in here and tell us that story. Interesting, Billy. I've seen the same lights when I was above the pyramid on the tombs. Interesting. See, I'm also doing this now. If I was able to play some Coldplay or something, I would start doing some dancing maybe, and seeing if our space family would actually, like one of my space family members would come here through the rift and start dancing with me in my living room. That's part of my experiment. This is sort of like an experiment. I want to see if any of my space family comes through the rift here, and I don't suspect they will, but they're watching the show on their spaceship. I recorded no need for story. Oh, interesting. Commander, you have to tell your daughter we enjoyed the Christmas present she gave you. I will tell her. Yeah, I definitely will tell her. She's been wondering when I was going to start using this, and I am using it now in the show. I'm going to primarily use it on Friday nights when we have contact night, primarily on Friday nights here. And I'm really happy to be using this. I know it's a little bit different than my normal background, but I think it's kind of good. Let's see if I can adjust this a little bit more. Let me see here. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's interesting. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, hold on. Let me see if that works better. Is that better? No, that looks like, okay, let's do this here. Anyway, it's there. Let me just move myself a little bit around here. Is that better for everybody? Cosmic Cat Missy, she's sleeping in the other, my cat's sleeping in the meditation room right now. Oh, interesting, Billy. Yeah. So we're getting into not only the cosmic here tonight, I want everyone to feel the beauty of space. Hey, Marinette, peace, love, and light to you. So I want people to feel the beauty of space and the beauty of light. And from an Ashtar command, I'm in my Ashtar command mode tonight. Fully activated in my Ashtar command mode for everybody. So certainly any questions you have, we will try to answer your questions regarding everything related to the Ashtar command. And scroll up just a little bit. Okay. Go to your local Turners or gun shop. Military buys them all so the public can't use. Oh, Friends with Furries is in here. I'll see if she wants to come up. April, if you don't feel like coming up, you don't have to. But I'm making special lighting. I want us to have a beautiful night. I'm now in my space mode. This is the first time. Hey, April. Hey,
Hi, I am so sorry. My granddaughter woke up right after I was getting off my live. The dog started barking and woke her up, so she is full on right now.
No, no need to be sorry. How do you like my lighting? This is
I
for our
love
space.
it. That looks awesome. That's what I
My
was
daughter
saying.
got,
I was like, oh my God, that looks really cool. I
yeah, my daughter
like
got
it.
this. This is my first time using it live.
That is awesome. It looks amazing in the background. It really looks like you are in a galaxy. I
I
like
really
that.
feel like
Now
it.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I really wanted one of those. That is so cool.
I figured this would also make you happy to see,
That's beautiful.
you know. I'm here to uplift everybody, especially my sister when I was in her room. I want to elevate you. We're going to make you feel good tonight. And our families here, our Ashtar Command families listening, watching the show. So we're going to have a beautiful Q&A tonight. And I'm just really relaxed. I'm just, the Northern Lights are going on, I guess, for 3 nights, really powerful, but I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow night to go up to an area where it's like less light polluted to see them.
That's awesome.
So,
I got
yeah.
a picture. I'm gonna try to find it real quick. I got a shot of Johnny's father.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from last night from me going off
Oh,
planet.
cool.
Just give me a second. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Take your time. Take your time. Johnny, good evening, brother. Your father. That's pretty cool. And we're going to have an awesome night tonight. Like I said, I'm experimenting to see if my mother will come through the rift here. You know what? I've got a really good idea. Just think of me of coming with these crazy ideas when April and I are on together like this. I get all these crazy ideas coming up, folks. So you don't have any idea what could possibly happen tonight. Nobody does, not even me. But I know they like the lighting on the ship. I'm sure they're all watching and saying, "Wow, that's pretty cool. He finally did it." You know. Now Luna is my mom, April's mom. I forgot her mom's name, but Luna is my mom. Let's see here. And we're just going to have a we all deserve to have a cosmic night of gathering with the Ashtar Command, and this is really beautiful. So we're going to, what's that picture? Oh, she's trying to find the right picture.
That is Johnny's father. If you look, you can see his hair. He's wearing
Hmm.
a cloak. He has a like jewelry piece right here that's holding his cloak on, and
Yeah.
there's like a bump right there. That's his wings
Oh,
underneath.
wow.
And then you can see his face right here. There's other people in the picture too.
Yeah, I
My
see
father
that
was up
too.
here, but that's Johnny's father.
Hey,
He came
Johnny.
with my dad to come and get me, and he's a healer, so he doesn't wear the traditional suit like we do.
Yeah. So he's a healer.
Yes.
That's a beautiful thing. That's Johnny's father, right?
Yes. It looks
So
better when
Johnny,
it's up close, but yeah, you can
your
make it.
father's a healer.
Yes. But
Many
that's his
blessings.
father right there. His blonde hair, it's a
Wow.
side view of him. So his blonde hair, and then you can see his eye, his nose, his mouth.
Yeah. I see him
Um,
right in the background. He's like
yeah,
looking almost sideways.
yep, yep. He was facing me. But yeah, that's his father. I'm gonna send him this picture. I thought that was really cool. I got that off the clips. I was just
Oh,
scrolling through,
wow.
and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize I caught his father on there. So, yeah, I thought that was
That's a,
awesome.
it's a beautiful thing. Isn't it awesome to realize that what we're doing here on Earth on this particular gathering as friends, that we are having out of this world experiences together. And it's just what we're looking forward to is so awesome. And in this lighting, I can feel the energy difference. I feel more in like I'm out of space right now. I feel the vibes of that feeling. And this lighting stuff really does make a difference when you're sitting here, versus my regular background. I feel like this is where I want to be.
It's awesome. I like
It
it.
really is awesome.
That
My
was a
face
really
looks
good
different
thing that
too.
your daughter did for you. I really like that. That is really cool. And
She knew
but
I,
the thing is that it looks like it's actually like 3D. It looks like it's floating up there. Like if can you see the background of it from your
yeah.
thing. It looks like it's actually 3D, like the space is floating around you. I
It
like that.
is.
That's awesome. It really
And, you
sets
know,
the mood.
and I know they can hear me on the ship. So I did this on purpose for them, too.
Mm.
I want to see if they'll come through the rift and hang out with me here in this beautiful space.
No, let's
I'm
hope they
inviting
do.
them. So we'll see what happens. You know, they can do it if they want to, if they can, if they are busy, you know, but I have it right here. It'll be documented if any of my space family comes through the rift in my room. They can take a look at the light here. It's a little astronaut thing. I looked at so many lights before Christmas, and I kept going back to the astronaut, and it just seemed to be the one. So she got it. So we're kind of spaced out. Not that we're not spaced out all the time, but we are really spaced out tonight, folks. If you've never seen me spaced out, this is the night to see me spaced out.
Commander,
We're gonna get
I
every.
gotta bounce out. I'm so sorry. My granddaughter
I know.
she's not laying
No,
down right now. She's in there screaming.
take. Look, okay. Well, take care of her, and then I'll be on for a while. If you decide to come back, you
Yeah.
know, our spaceship doors are open to you.
Okay. Love you guys.
All right. We love you too. You know, that's what you have to do. Take care of the little ones. The little ones come first, brothers and sisters. This is really great. I'm just like, I'm having so much fun tonight on this show. You wouldn't believe it. Really having a lot of fun with everybody. So if you have any questions regarding the Ashtar Command, I can answer your questions. Believe it or not. Why can I answer your questions? Because I am with the Ashtar Command. I've been with them before I came to Earth. Thank you, Summer. We appreciate that. I have never been so, I mean, I'm always happy, but I'm really happy tonight. We're going to do lives tomorrow night, Saturday night. We're going to do lives, but tonight we're doing Q&A. So if there's anyone here that wants to go live with me, wait till Saturday night, and we'll do it. I promise. Hey, Etheric Mystic, good to see you. Thank you, River Blues. So if anyone's down tonight, I'm going to lift up your vibrations. That is my promise. If you've had a really weird day, stick with me here. I will lift your vibrations up. I guarantee it. I'm in 100% Ashtar command mode tonight. 100%. Well, they cloak actually for a lot of reasons. You're talking about the ships or the space people. Lacey, you're talking about the ships, the Ashtar ships? When you say cloak, you mean the ships or the people? The ships cloak. The people, they're just, a lot of times they'll cloak not to be very forward or coming into the vibrational frequencies to be very apparent. They only come in when they really need to. But they will be many more times in the future. The star people that are on Earth will uncloak themselves more as we get into a total transformational stage. Very good question. I appreciate the question. It's a good one. And yeah, as things change, they will certainly uncloak at that point. They do uncloak depending on who they're with. Um, my experiments here are that you know, if I was able to play a little bit of music, sort of like Coldplay or Enigma or something, I was going to experiment with it, but it's too late to do that because people are sleeping. So I'd wake people up. So I'll have to figure this out for some other type of situation. Why do they not stop war in the Middle East? Good question, Susan. So there's a lot of stuff going on. The war is one of them, but it's also a situation where they can't totally interfere with the situation that's going on there, but they are very much aware of what's going on in the planet. There's going to be a lot of shifts going on, and a lot of that's going on and has been going on for centuries, unfortunately, on the planet in that region. But they are here, and pretty soon, the most important thing they're doing right now is taking off all the lower vibrational ETs off the planet. So the first thing the command is doing is wherever the negative ETs are hiding, they are taking them off the planet on a one-way trip out. And taking them out is really important because they want, these beings will do anything to stay here and cause havoc. You've got to get rid of all the negative ETs on Earth that have been here for thousands of years or more. And they're being very much so rounded up and taken off the planet Earth. Citizens X says, Commander, did you read Fox News article about the Vatican? No, I have not read anything from Fox News about the Vatican whatsoever. Yeah, so Dana says they can interfere if it was to go nuclear. Yeah, if it was to go nuclear, the command finds all life to be precious, human or non-human. But if it was going to go nuclear, they would come here and shut all the nuclear plants down in a nanosecond. Etheric says, good, take them out. And that's what we're doing. The command is taking out all the negative ETs off the planet. You'll notice that most of the stories I've heard about abductions from humans is stopped around early 2000s. Maybe slightly more above that, but early 2000s. If there's anybody being abducted now in 2024, it'd be very rare. Not impossible, but rare. Very rare. Let's see, we have to, but I think we got the lighting pretty good here. And that's an important thing. This thing is really working pretty well. I haven't used the remote yet, but I'll have to read the instructions on the remote and see if that does something different. And so, great questions so far. Really good questions. One of the things that we're looking at now from off planet is the way the world is being operated. Yeah, the laser's not going to hit my eye. I know that if it hits my eye, I'm in trouble. So I have the laser facing away from me, and I have it like angled. If I go over here, oh, this is pretty cool. You can see the laser right here. You're going to lose me here. Wait a minute. So this is pretty cool. I'm looking at this thing here. And I'm just, I got it all hooked up here. Let's see, I'm making sure we're on here. Yeah, it's all on. So welcome everybody everyone coming into the show. This is the outer space night. This is Encounters Ashtar Command Q&A. We're in outer space tonight. I want you to feel like you're in space. Imagine yourself being on a ship somewhere with the commander, and you are on the ship right now. No, we don't mention that name. That name, okay, that name, forget it. That name is no. So we don't mention that one anymore. But again, welcome to Ashtar Command Night. Everyone coming in here. Half Pint, good to see you. And all you have to just imagine yourselves going on an Ashtar Command ship. If you close your eyes, you can have this wonderful imagination. And we all have good imaginations, right? So imagine yourselves going on a beautiful large ship with places where you can sleep on the ship, where you can actually enjoy your star family, where you can actually come together in harmony in the universe, where the music of sound comes through the universe itself, which it does. The music in the universe is naturally beautiful. And that's how music can be created, through the universal sounds beyond Earth, right? So this is the night to just relax, to ask questions about the Ashtar Command, and to just be one. Be one with the Creator. Be one with all that is. And I have my apple cider. You can actually see my glass of apple cider tonight. Whenever I go on a spaceship, and when I go on a spaceship, I will have a glass of apple cider. Yes, Cocoa Sound can move mountains, literally. That's absolutely true. you know, and we are to be fully activated as who we are. Many of you, whether you realize it or not, are related to or connected with the Ashtar command. Hey, Joey. No, you're not. You're not. Don't do that. Not happening. Not to happening. Somebody's trying to pull something here, and we're going to not let it happen. We just took that person out. Some human being playing games. Thank you, Rod. We appreciate that. That wasn't going to be happening here. Slam, hey, posting a video now with the ships I caught tonight outside. No way they are stars. Very good. I'll have to check that out. Very, very good. So, as we're here tonight, after a full week of going crazy on the planet, this is our night. When I say our night, just not my night, it's your night. It's our night. It's collective night for all of us to be together on the ship. A night to just relax, let go of everything that happened during the day, and realize it's all an illusion. Hey, Yaya Spirit, good to see you. Welcome aboard the ship, Yaya. You've now entered the ship of the Ashtar Command Q&A, and I am the commander of the ship. Welcome. Welcome on board. Hey, Alien Doll, good to see you. Good to see you, sister. So everybody, welcome to the ship of light. It's a night to be on the ship. That's right, that's coming up on Sunday. That's an Earth-based holiday. Well, it's an Earth-based thing. So can you describe a ship for us so we can imagine it better? So I want you to imagine a ship that is sort of a radiant purple. And this ship is a radiant purple. It's almost like a diamond. And as you close your eyes, you all imagine at the same time this diamond ship. It's a very purple, radiant color. And just let yourself flow as the doorway opens into the ship. You walk into this purple diamond craft, and it radiates this light outside of it. But inside, you see men and women from other planets, star people from other planets, and you start talking with them and start relating to them. And as you do that, you start interconnecting with people you've never seen before. And it's a really beautiful thing. Thank you, Leon Dell. I appreciate the gifts. So you can close your eyes, and as soon as you close your eyes, you'll be there. Let go of your thoughts. Just close your eyes and see the purple diamond ship, and realize it is truly real. That diamond ship exists. Many of those diamond ships exist off planet. They come from a very high level of frequency, the diamond ships. Some of them are bluish color, purple. They're different. That's right, Tahar. It is awesome, Dina. And as we sit here in peace together and we commune together, we realize the oneness that we all have, brothers and sisters, the oneness of connection. Thank you for the hat, Karen 82. We have so much more in common than we even know. When we throw away our human belief systems, and we do have those, right? Those things were given to us growing up as kids, right? These belief systems on earth that we had to kind of accept, right? Or we had to accept them, but then we got old enough to reject them, right? So all the things we were told to accept, we have finally was able to reject. Mary and Ray, good evening up there. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the cap. And who gave me the light? Etheric. Thank you for the green light, the fiery light. Thank you. Anderson 999 says, I am a navigator, I was told, on a ship. I'm reading comments here. Yeah, tomorrow night, Half Pint, we're going to have to hear your story about the Anunnaki ship that you guys are seeing up in the I keep saying Adirondacks, in the Appalachian Mountains. Lightning, thank you for the bolt. Etheric light, thank me for the bolt. Thank you for the bolts. I think this lighting is actually making me spacey. I think I'm getting spaced out. We'll have to hear that tomorrow night, Mary and Ray. Make sure Ray's awake tomorrow night to tell us the story with you as well. Sometime I need to come on. I've been taken 3 times I can remember. Anderson 999. We'll be doing interviews tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, we'll be doing some interviews at 11 o'clock. But I got my apple cider here. I'm just trying to keep in the lighting of. I'm feeling really spaced out with all the lighting in the background. It's like it's like going into another dimension. I feel like I'm in another dimension right now, you know. And I've done this on purpose. I'm experimenting with this. This is my first time using this. And it's laser light, so I got to make sure I don't look at it or else I'm going to have some real problems. So I have it faced away from me, facing the wall. I'll figure out where I'm going to put it to give the most lighting. But it's pretty amazing. My favorite color, Etheric says. You might be. Yeah, Joe, I might just go through that portal. You never know. But we are amped up tonight in the highest levels of light possible. And keep tapping on that tap. Everybody, you have to tap on your screen on my profile. You'll get us up to 100,000 likes. Etheric, thank you for the puff, the heart puff. We appreciate it. So what do you want to know about the Ashtar Command that you don't know? I'm sure there are people that don't know a whole lot about the Ashtar Command historically. Being that I am from off planet, I can tell you about, hey, Etheric, thank you so much. I can tell you anything you want to know about the Ashtar Command. You know, I don't have to go onto websites or anything. There's no need for me to do that. I'm basically fully activated. Fully activated, brothers and sisters. I think people are just enjoying the ambience of this intergalactic background. And plus, we're radiating so much light energy through the screen here. I hope you can feel all the beautiful energy that is being given. Not sure if you saw my question. Xena, I don't think I saw your question, but let me go back up. I didn't see it. Sometimes I think the questions are muted by TikTok. Give me your question again, Xena. Good thing I got a gallon of apple cider. How do you feel about your meeting your dad? Kerry, thank you. Not only am I excited to meet my dad on the spaceship, Robar, but I'm excited to meet my mother, Luna, my 2 sisters, and my brother. My 2 sisters, I haven't seen them yet, but I feel like they're very giddy, very happy, and they're really happy. My sisters, I feel, even though I haven't met them yet, I get this feeling they're extremely happy. Cliff says, I have a question. How and when was Astro Command started? It was started eons ago. When I say eons, probably going billions and billions and billions beyond anything I understand. But eons ago, billions and billions of years ago. I don't know exactly how it started. but I know it was the highest levels of Christed consciousness with light that was the highest levels of understanding of peace and harmony within the universe. Very much so, very much from the very heart of God's creation, the Ashtar Command was created with all the galactic families of light together. Great question, Smurf. Great question, my brother. And let me see. Azina, I still don't see your question, but I see when you asked me, not sure if you saw my question. I saw that, but not the question. Let's see. The pictures I took just now look like your background, Anderson says. Interesting. Yaya says, how does it feel to be fully activated, Commander? Does it make 4D Earth excited for times to be? Yes, it does. Yaya, great question. So I am fully excited, but there are times, even when I get frustrated with this planet. I get actually frustrated with the planet Earth because not so much with the planet Earth. I get frustrated with the way people treat each other. That's what it is. I mean, with billions of people on this planet, it is shifting, but there are people that don't get it. They don't learn how to treat each other as human beings. And then that kind of like a pun in words. Treat each other as human beings. You don't see too much of that going on Earth, although there's much more of it starting to happen. If people would actually treat each other on Earth like human beings, you wouldn't have wars, you wouldn't have nuclear weapons, you wouldn't have disease, you wouldn't have all these Earth-based systems that are set up. You wouldn't need them because everybody would be treating each other with respect as human beings or as Earthians. If we're people treating people as Earthians, in truth, really, you are human beings on Earth, but you're also Earthians. What is an Earthian? Does anybody know? I'm going to test my audience here. What is an Earthian? Yaya says, just wish ones would be more loving and have more patience with ones. I want to see how many people know what an Earthian is. Superfly, go ahead with your question. Hey, Lovala, good to see you on Ashtar Command Q&A. An Earthian is someone who would be awake. A person that's not an Earthian is a person that says, "I'm an American. I am a Russian. I am Chinese." That would be a person that is separated by country and consciousness. An Earthian has no country. An Earthian is someone who's fully realizing that we live on one planet without any country. A non-Earthian is someone who lives on Earth but is separating themselves by country. Here we go. We're going to see if the baby is asleep. We'll test the waters. I'll see. April, I'm gonna press the button here. If the baby's still not sleeping, don't worry about it. But I'm gonna see if you're able to come on and the baby's sleeping. And so an Earthian is someone who is fully awakened. A non-Earthian, meaning a human who is separate, who is living in a country, doesn't realize that they are connected to the Earth. They're connected to the whole planet. You see? And if they are connected to the whole planet, okay. Oh, good. I'm listening to the audience, trying to help you out. Good, very good. Hopefully the baby's sleeping. If not, like I said, you've got to take care of the little one there. But so that would be my answer. I see people on Earth not living as Earthians, but people on Earth are actually doing the opposite. And that's one of the things that I see to be the case here. And when the planet becomes unified in love, in an awesome level of love and understanding, then there's going to be no more problems. One of the things the Ashtar Command teachings I give here for Friday nights would be this. If we can get the whole planet to realize one major thing or one simple thing, and that would be to lay down all the anger and all the hate and all these other things that humans have in the human experience, right? If people would lay down all those things, how much the differences would be on the planet, how much people would embrace each other. Etheric, thank you. How many people would come together in a world of understanding, right? And that is the key essence of being in the frequency of love. The frequency of love. Now, people might say love is a very simple word, but love, as we stated here, is a very powerful word. And how we define love on earth from beyond earth in the definition of love, Karen, thank you, is way different than the definitions on earth. There are many definitions on earth of love, but from the Ashtar command perspective, our definition of love would be thy love one another, brothers and sisters, embrace one another in love. The highest, the strongest weapon you have on this planet that's not used is the weapon of love. And when you use the weapon of love, no one can, how do you defeat love? You can't defeat it. Once you accept it and embrace it, everything else is defeated. All the things that are messing you up are defeated on this planet, right? Thank you, Edek. So my teachings tonight on this Ashtar Command special night is changing consciousness. Human consciousness. That means billions and billions of human beings. Their consciousness has to shift. And if their consciousness is willing to shift, some people will fight like tooth and nails not to change. But if that consciousness does shift, it will shift the reality of that person and the next person and the next person on and on and on like a domino. You see what I mean? Everyone will be affected. Every single person, life form, will be affected. You know? So as I sit here in space, all right, I'm on a spaceship right now, sitting here in space. Jim says, why are people scared to change? Because they're used to a certain way of living. Good question. The people that are afraid to change feel more comfortable not changing. If they have to be challenged, they don't like it. You know, to bust the matrix, one has to change. To bust one's matrix, that one person would have to change, the next person would have to change, and the next person, on and on and on. So as people change and their matrix gets busted, they may get uncomfortable about the matrix being busted. That's okay. Superfly says, as long as greed is part of the equation, I fear change is beyond our reach. Well, it's not beyond our reach. It's happening now. It's happening every day. It's just that it needs to increase to a larger amount of people. Summer Mason says, we need to love wholeheartedly without judgment. We should open our hearts to all. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Right? Etheric, thank you for the heart puffs. Sarah says, you lower your vibration with worrying. Come on now, laugh. With worrying. Right. When people worry or if people are judgmental of others, that is a fear-based, that's fear-based, lower vibrational, that kind of thing. Eddick says three thought and universal love. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Worrying is a lower vibration. Absolutely correct. We have some very smart people here. Daniel says, oh no, the solar flare coronal mass injection is messing up my connection. I'm sorry to hear that, Daniel, but you know what? The good thing about the solar storm is, hey, Judy Jude, if you close your eyes and absorb the energy from the solar storm through meditation, it will elevate and activate your cellular structure. through meditation. So even if communications get messed up on Earth, meditate. Use the energy of the solar storm to elevate and activate your cellular body. How many meditate? You have to close your eyes, and when you do meditation, you can do it for like 30 minutes during this 3 days of heavy solar activity. Use the word Om or You. Breathe in and breathe out of your nostrils. Breathe in 3 or 4 times when you do the meditation. Start about 30 minutes. 30 minutes is a good time. And say, I am a Christed being of light. I wish to connect to source, to my galactic family. And this kind of solar storm will allow you to connect with your higher consciousness, with your cosmic family as you practice it. So people should take advantage of that. This is the other thing. With the solar storm as high as it is right now, this is an opportunity to connect with your star family, everybody out there, wherever you are. If you don't know how to do it, there is a way of doing it. This is the best time to do it right now. You can just meditate in your house, Daniel. If you don't have a backyard, find a quiet room and just imagine where you are. Just create the space in your head and do the meditation. That's all. That's what you got to do. Yeah, that's all you have to do. And when you're closing your eyes in that room, when you're not doing anything, everything's off. You want to make sure all your technology is off, everything, and just meditate. And if you want to, you can use ambient higher frequency music, either through YouTube or any kind of musical app you have. You can probably get it. There's a lot of it on YouTube, though. And it's a good way for people to, yeah, they have every frequency. You can find it on YouTube. Yeah, and I use a lot of the YouTube stuff when I'm meditating. I use Christed ambient music. So if you type in on YouTube anybody Christed ambient music, you wouldn't believe how much ambient frequency sounds are there within Christ consciousness. And if you use that kind of music, that's really high frequency. Good, Jim. Take care, Sarah. Take care. And I'm glad you're all asking questions here. And I'm bringing onto my spaceship. I'm on a spaceship right now, and I'm bringing another person onto my ship. Here's April. She's now aboard my Ashtar Command spaceship. We're journeying at the outer parts of the Earth's atmosphere now together, and you're all aboard the ship. All of you watching, we have it set up so you can watch us on the spaceship right now. Here's April.
Hi, everybody. I'm here.
She's coming into the atmosphere now, and we'll be seeing her momentarily. Good evening. Did you get the little one to sleep?
Yeah, she's playing possum right now, so I'm hoping she's has the ice fake closed, so I'm hoping that, yeah.
That's a good thing. Little ones do those things, And say hello to our friend April. She's my sister up in Vermont. I'm her brother down in Connecticut. So we're sister and brother. And so you didn't know that about us. You see, we fooled you all these months. She's my sister up there. And we came from off planet. She chose to live in Vermont, and I chose to live in Connecticut.
I
So
know.
there you go.
He's a cheater. He's over in Connecticut.
I'm the cheater. But it's really a good night. It just really feels good to be here, and I want everybody to be happy out there because I'm feeling complete energy shift of energy tonight. I feel so relaxed here. I hope you're feeling as relaxed in my atmosphere as I am. You
I
know.
really like that light. I'm jelly. I really am. I like that.
Yeah, you're looking a little bit jelly tonight. Did you say jelly? No, just kidding. But I just like my face looks different with the lighting. It just like I can take my glasses off here, and maybe you can see the real me in the spacesuit. I am Commander Ali. No, I'm not going to do that. But I am Commander Leon. Even if I'm not Commander Leon, I'm still Commander Leon. There's no way around it. You see, it's nice when you know who you are. You know, Ram Dass always said, "Be here now" when he was alive. So everybody, just be here now. Be who you wish to be. Be the space person you are. Because tonight I'm totally out of the closet. Well, I'm always out of the closet when it comes to being a space person.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have any.
for those of you guys who don't know, last night I went off planet. I was having a live, and during my live, my space family showed up. You know that they said that I called them.
Oh, that's interesting.
I
I
don't remember saying like anything out loud. I just gave a warning to the people in the show that if it because it happened the last time, and
yeah
people were worried, so I didn't want anybody to worry. So I gave like a little trigger warning beforehand that if anything did happen, not to worry, that I go with them willingly, and it was
yeah
my family, so it was fine. And but they said that I called them, and I don't know how I called them, but apparently I
you
did.
you could have done it unconsciously, April, too. Like, sometimes we don't think of it. Now,
Hmm.
you were only off planet a few nights before the other night.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, and I didn't. I usually will tell you if I feel something like that's happening. I didn't even know. I mean, I was like, "There's no way." I thought you were doing your thing. I was in and out of the room before you went off planet, and I said, and this is really, this happened last night. Within the same period that you were having to go on the ship, there was a woman's voice that came through my live with this woman I was interviewing, and I have it on recording. And the woman said, "Hey,"
Hmm.
like it's a woman's voice saying, "Hey," like a happy hey, hey. And I'm like, that was weird. Um, and someone said they think that it was one of the people in my family coming through on the live saying, "Hey," when this woman when I was interviewing her.
I
But it
don't know.
happened within
I
seconds
have
when
to
you were
hear
taken
it.
off planet.
I
Yeah,
know what your sisters sound like, and maybe it was one of them.
yeah,
I'll go back and listen to the show, and then I'll let you know, if it was
yeah,
a sister or not. It might have been because if it was a friendly, like, because your sisters are
yeah,
really upbeat. Your
yeah,
parents are very serious.
yeah. They are.
And they're straightforward, serious.
Yeah, they are.
Um, but your sisters, on the other hand, are very upbeat, loud, gospel.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? They're like
yeah. They're
little
different.
girls.
Totally different. Yeah. Well, I tell you, the woman when I was interviewing Dee last night, I said, "Hold on a second." I didn't want to say anything to anybody in the audience, but I heard it as clear as English. The word "hey," like "hey, here I am." Hey, so I'm thinking that's my sister.
Probably.
You
I
know?
bet you it was.
Yeah.
Your sisters weren't present last night when I met with the heads. I met, they brought me to the desert, and they brought me to this, I don't know what desert it was, they didn't say,
Hmm.
but this desert had like this sand mountain that had all these like caves in it that looked like people had lived in them like a long, long time ago. But
Wow.
they had a table set out there, and you know, Jesus met with me, but he was a little more serious this time. I mean, he was him, but he was a little more serious this time.
Hmm.
And, he didn't do the bro bump. He actually gave me a hug.
Wow.
And then we were sitting down talking, and then after a little while of us talking, like at one point we were standing because I was asking him about the caves, and he was telling me that people had lived in them a long time ago, and they worshipped in them. And so I don't
Huh.
know where we were at. He didn't specifically say, but while we were talking, he said he had something for me, and I put my hand out, but he didn't put anything in my hand. He did that to me again, and I saw this time. I really did see like the sparks come from his finger,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he did that. I went down. I I blacked out.
Wow.
I saw all these hands and people like coming at me to, I saw this coming at me,
Yeah.
and I was like really out of it. And then, I remember feeling this huge hand go down the small of my back and just lift me
Yeah.
right up. And that was Gan, because Gan was there, and he put his huge hand behind my back and just lifted me up like I was
Lift you
a
up.
shovel scoop, you know. And then
Wow.
they got me sitting down, and then my mom gave me something to drink, and she said this would help, and it did.
Hmm.
And I felt better after a few minutes, but man, that whatever he gave me, he like
Yeah.
it put me for a loop. I went poop. I went down like a sack of potatoes. Look at my
Oh,
arm.
oh my.
I don't know. Hold
Oh
on.
yeah. Let's see. Oh,
Can you
right there.
see that?
Those bumps are
From the
from
sand?
from the sand. That's you
Yeah.
never had bumps there before. No.
Those
That's
are all from the
wild.
sand, because when I went down, I landed like in the sand, and I had like stuff in my elbow and like these little things right here. And
Yeah.
then, after we went there, we went back to the Alaska space station, and I got to talk to the dolphins while I was there, and
Oh wow.
I did get to talk to them and ask them about the legs, because remember how we were like, they said that, like, I was told about it, but I wanted to hear it from them,
Yeah.
so I asked them about their legs, and I asked them if they did have legs before, and they said that they did. They had a very human type body, I cannot talk, humanoid
Humanoid.
type, yeah, type
Right.
bodies,
I got you.
thousands of years ago, and they said that when they were originally on their planet, that their planet's waters were being poisoned by, I don't know, there was something getting into their waters where it was like it was really hurting them, so they
Hmm.
discovered that the earth had water that was compatible with them and that was cleaner and wasn't making them sick, so they all started kind of coming down here, and this was before like man was like a big thing on earth.
Right.
So they've been down in our waters for a really long time, but they said over the centuries that they adapted to our water, but they kept their intelligence, but their bodies they had to change so it could be more adaptable with our waters. Their
And
waters
they did.
actually, yeah, their water's just a little bit thicker than ours, too. Is
Oh,
what they were
interesting.
sharing with me. Yeah,
You mean thicker from on the original planets where they came
yeah,
from? Oh, interesting. I actually that makes sense for some reason. They just have a different their physical makeup was different, I think.
yeah.
You
And
know?
so they were really nice, but they were telling me about, that they were the ones that were basically did the whistleblowing, with the secret nuclear testing that was going on underneath the ocean waters. They were the ones that discovered it, and they were the ones that told Ashtar Command about what was going on.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank God that they did that because that's been going on. As we know, it's a secret operation, and the
Yeah.
public doesn't even know that we're using nuclear things in our water.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing what we've done to this planet. But thank God we're here all together, like what you're doing, what we're doing together as a group. We're telling people the truth of what's happening, and that our Ashtar Command family is very concerned with our planet. Not just our biological family, but the Ashtar Command as a large grouping of space people are all concerned with what we are doing to our planet. And they're here to assist us. They're here to help us activate ourselves. And also, we have to take responsibility. It's not just for them, but we have to be, uh, the word is, we have to be caretakers, stewards of our planet, good stewards. Is that the word? Yeah, we have to be stewards of our planet, essentially.
Yeah, like ambassadors. Um,
Ambassadors.
and then the other thing that I thought you would like is I got to go back on a weather ship when it was actually cleaning up the air.
Really?
And so listen, this is how it goes. This is really cool. So you know how those jellyfish ships, the ones that are kind of translucent and light up.
Yeah.
Well, those
Yeah.
those tentacle things that come down will actually spin around the ship, and they suck up the stuff that's in our air, like the poisonous stuff that they
Right.
keep, the entrails and all that stuff.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
ships will go almost like a almost like a vacuum, and these little tentacles will spin around the ship and suck up all that bad air, and then
Oh
they
wow,
collect it up into their ship, and then they take it to get the air cleaned, and then they put the air back out. I thought that was
that's really cool,
really
isn't
cool,
it?
but the whole thing spins. The little tentacle things actually spin.
How was the weather ship when you were in it? Did you ever? You never? I don't think you were in that weather ship before, were you?
Yeah,
That's
not
your
that,
first.
not when it was in that. I've been on the weather ship, but not when it was
Okay.
in that shape. I haven't been, and it was
Oh, not
cool
that
because
ship.
the whole thing's translucent, so you can see through the walls and everything. You can see through
Really?
everything, but it's a living
How
entity.
and how big is so? Were you inside the living entity? That is wild, April. How big was the living entity?
It was
I mean, how big
huge.
was the?
It was big inside, though. That's just it. The inside looked different than the outside, but you could see everything through it, and the
Mhm.
lights moved through the walls because it was a living entity.
Oh,
It was like
interesting.
every time it breathed or like did whatever it was doing, it was like the
Right
lights moved with it while it was like
right.
breathing. It like went
Now,
all through it.
now you didn't get dizzy on the inside. Where you were stable. It was doing
Mhm.
its thing, but you were able to look at what it was doing. It was
Yeah,
spinning
I,
on the
I
outside, on the
sat
inside.
down. I sat down because I wasn't going to go through one of those whoa things when the floor was
Right, right. No, we don't
translucent.
want
I
that.
don't
We
want
don't
to
want
do
that
that
happening
again.
again. No,
I sat
none of
down
that
this
again.
time.
No, no. You know. I yeah, don't want to have that happen. But that is interesting. So now people that have seen videos of what it looks like, the long things from these translucent things on video that people have recorded, those are actually part of the Ashtar command, and inside they're way larger than they look, which is kind of interesting. What April's talking about, they're
I'm
way
trying to see
larger
if
than
I
they
got a
look.
picture of one of them while you're talking.
Yeah. And this lighting is also an experiment to see if my maybe one of my sisters would come in and visit me. Uh, you know, they're invited here. They can hear us. I know April through April's system, they can hear me probably anyway. So I'm seeing tonight if before 1 o'clock one of my family members comes through and surprises me. I put the invitation out to them to visit me. I know it's not time yet for me to go on a spaceship, but my spaceship is open to them. So I'm going to see if my psychology works. It might not work at all, but we're just doing the experiment tonight. We'll see if my psychology works. The commander always has something up his sleeve. Well, actually, I'm wearing a short sleeve, so there's nothing up my sleeve. Uh, and I'm sure they're laughing now, but I am actually sending a message to you on the ship, to my sisters. Please come and visit me. I did this special lighting just for my family to come here, to commune, to be here for 2 minutes. You don't have to take me anywhere. You are allowed to stay here for a few minutes and hang out with the commander, your brother. It's up to you.
They can hear you because I'm on that phone.
It's up to you guys. I'm inviting you here. You've never seen me with this kind of lighting in my room here. Isn't it pretty cool? Wouldn't you like to hang out with me, your brother? Now, why would you want to not hang out with your brother? And you can come right here, hang out with me, give me a big hug, then go back on the ship.
Maybe if you
Uh,
give them a tahar.
You know what? I'm going to do everything tonight to make this happen, folks. I am actually going all out in my commander mode, and I'm going to give them a big tahar. As a matter of fact, if somebody gives me one of those hats with the mustache, I will give my cosmic family on the ship a big tahar.
You guys throw him some hats so he can do the tahar.
I need a tahar hat.
I'm trying to.
Tahar.
I know I have a picture of one of those
My
jellyfish.
sisters, come here. Oh, wait, sisters, where are
I know he's my brother. I know.
you? And I can make anybody having a bad day laugh. I guarantee you. Part of what I do on the ship, I think I probably joked around a lot when I was on the ship. I think I wasn't as serious as everybody else, but I am serious about the mission. But I can't help it. You know, I was born with a sense of humor, even on the spaceship. And I guarantee you, if my sisters will visit me right now, I will do you another tahar free of charge. I will go tahar. I'm going to go so tahar you could not resist coming here.
All right,
Oh, what's
guys.
that?
This is the jellyfish ship.
Oh, wow. Look at that. That's pretty bright. It's pretty luminous too.
Hmm. So the tentacles spin around when it's gathering up the bad air, whatever chemicals it is that they're trying to throw at us to make us sick. This guy will go out there, and it's big inside though. It's not like it looks it, and it's translucent all the way through the whole ship. And this is a mothership underneath it. If you're wondering what that dark,
Oh, the
what
dark areas?
yeah, that's a huge mothership that it was traveling right underneath. But yeah,
Wow. So that was the let's see
jellyfish
what you the
mothership.
jellyfish, and then above the jellyfish was the mothership.
Yes.
Interesting. Interesting. Very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And that looks like you're seeing that in Vermont from where you are, right?
Yep, that's right from my front yard.
Oh wow, see? Now is that the moon in the background like a nighttime?
Yeah, it's nighttime, so let me get my finger in there. So this is all like moonlight and sky right here, but you can see where it gets really dark right here.
Yeah.
That line, that straight line, that's the bottom of the mothership going through. That thing covered mountaintops. It was huge.
That was huge. That's amazing.
One of the lightings underneath, that's actually, see this that light
Yeah,
right there?
what
That's
yeah,
where the
what is that?
jellyfish ship dropped out of. That's from
Oh,
underneath.
so that was an opening from the mothership that
Hmm.
released it. Interesting. So it came out of there and went over there. Very interesting.
It's traveling right underneath it.
You're welcome, blessed mom. No problem answering your question. Judy says, "I wish Ashtar Command could stop the chemtrails from happening." Well, that's what the jellyfish is about. The
Yeah.
jellyfishes are cleaning up the chemtrails. That jellyfish, all over the world, where there are jellyfish being dropped onto the atmosphere, they're there to clean up the atmosphere.
Mhm.
Judy.
Someone says Jesus fist bumps. He did. Listen, he bro bumped me. He did. He did the whole bro hug. The first time I met him, he did the whole like the chest bump and the on my back. Jesus is actually really cool. He is, and he's funny. I was
See?
wearing when I first met him, before I was put into my Ashtar Command uniform. When they came and got me, the space people came and got me. They pulled me through a rift, and I ended up in the mountains of my. I ended up in the old woods, which is in my mountains, like way up in my mountains. And when I stepped out, there's landing spots all through my woods where the ships land, and they picked like the largest spot to land in, and there was lights that were like blinding going all around the old woods, and the light was coming from down from up above from a ship that was up there, that was
Wow.
landing in this area. I couldn't really see what was going on into the light because it was so bright. But when I walked up to the old where the opening is at to the old woods that you can walk between the trees and get through, I walked and passed through a light, and I was immediately put into an Ashtar Command uniform. But when they got me, I was in my pajamas, and I had this big old night shirt on that says. And I'm not going to say the bad word, but you can figure it
Right.
but it says something like "Don't mess with me before my coffee," and then it says
Like
because I'm that kind of B word.
blank. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was not joking, but when I was sitting down having a conversation with Jesus, I asked him, like I was being serious with him, and I asked him why me. I was like, why me? I'm like I'm a grandmother. I'm a mom. I'm like nobody special. And he started laughing. He goes, well, I was gonna say it's because you're that kind of B word. And I was like, oh, okay. So Jesus has got jokes, you know.
Oh Jesus, see if only people would know. See, this is the thing about Earth, and April knows this from meeting Jesus, the physical Jesus, that Jesus is not what people think Jesus is. This
Mm-mm.
is the whole messed up thing about this planet Earth. All these religions about Jesus and everyone's philosophies about Jesus, they all have got it. Throw it out the window. Get rid of it. You know, take Jesus off the cross and the wood crosses in the churches and all these other religions. Get rid of it. Jesus, the true Jesus, has a sense of humor, has the ability to be serious, but Jesus has the ability to tell you that he is, in a sense, one of us. We are one of him. We are all the same. Essentially, Jesus is saying, I'm you, you are me, we are we. Meaning, what does that mean? It means that everyone puts Jesus on a pedestal. He never wanted to be put on a pedestal. He just was one of the earlier people that came to earth to help our planet. All the religions got it so wrong. All these people that, believe they understand who Jesus is in religion, those people are so brainwashed, they have no idea who the real Jesus is. I always have stated this, even before I met April, that Jesus came from the stars. Jesus is a space being. Jesus oversees the Ashtar command. He oversees the whole Ashtar command. Jesus is, and April's met Jesus. She hasn't just looked at a picture of him, read it in a Bible, looked at some painting in a church. She met the true Jesus, and he has nothing to do with anybody's earth-based religions. I know the religions are going to freak out and they're going to all jump out the windows, out of their pews. So be it. Let them jump out of the pews. I hope they jump up and down on the pews. But Jesus is a very beautiful cosmic being of light. Yes, ascended master would be an appropriate word. He is an ascended master. But as April has met him a few times, he is very much a very loving, cosmic, fun person. And he also can be very serious, and she's seen all aspects of Jesus. So Jesus is real, and he's on a spaceship. Believe it or not, Jesus is on a spaceship. Okay?
And he had messages that, like, he wanted me to pass to, the people that the light workers and the healers and the Reiki workers and the people that are in your room, the people that are in my room. He wanted us all to know, that first off, that he wanted us to learn to start taking better care of ourselves. That was the
Yeah,
first thing he said to me. And then the second thing is, he says, I want you to take care of yourselves. Then he says, I want you to start taking better care of your families, to start helping them
yeah,
wake up. And then he goes, then help your neighbors, help the
yeah,
people that are close to you.
yeah,
That was his message to us, because the first time he said there was no higher vibration than love. He said love is the highest vibration. And this time his message to all of us was that he wanted us to start taking better care of ourselves, so that way we are ready for when big contact happens. That way it's not such a struggle for the shift to happen, because
yeah.
they want to bring paradise back to our planet. Not, I'm not saying that everything's going to be all rainbows and
It
unicorns,
won't.
but what I
Yeah,
am saying is they are coming to help us help ourselves. They're coming with technology. They have technology here on the planet now waiting for us. I saw that with my last journey. They showed me, like, these caves that were filled with ships and medical technology and
yeah,
all different kinds of technology down there, guys. And they're bringing all of that up out of basic storage. They're bringing all that up when contact happens, and we're going to have the use of all this stuff, and they're going to teach us how to build it. They're going to teach us how to use it, and they're going to teach us how to clean up our planet. Most important. And that's what this technology is for. It's for us to clean up ourselves, to get us all back to being healthy. And they're also going to be reversing our aging process. That was the other
yeah.
thing they talked to me about, was the aging process. I know Yaya's in here somewhere, and she's like,
She's
well,
here.
she said, I'm 60, and she says, I'm only going to be around to see the contact happen. I'm not going to be around to see much more. And I
Oh,
said, oh,
shoot.
no, no,
No, no, no.
no.
Yeah,
You
Ya's
may
going to be
be
here
60
longer than.
now, but
Yeah.
you may be 30, maybe 30 next year. We don't know,
Yeah, yeah, you changed.
right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. You're going to be here way longer, and you're going to see everything. We're not letting you go anywhere. No
No, you're
way.
not meant to go anywhere. I'm telling you that.
Nope.
I feel that in my gut.
And the thing is, one of the things that's going to happen when all the things are revealed, as April is saying, from being on the ship and going to these places, is that one thing the Ashtar Command is going to do, and I'm going to say it right now. I've never said this before, and maybe I haven't said it really clearly. All the world government leaders are going to be arrested. When I say arrested, I mean that every world leader and every politician is going to be arrested by the space people. They're going to be arrested for inhumane treatment of the planet Earth. They're going to be arrested and taken off planet. I've never said this before, but I must say it now. What a more appropriate time for me to bring this up than on Ashtar Command Night. All the leaders of the world, all the leaders of the world have created war and havoc. Scientists and others who have done anything that has been against life, they're going to be arrested. I use the Earth-based term arrested because that's the only term I can think of. But they're going to be brought before a global They're going to be brought before a intergalactic tribunal. An intergalactic tribunal is a tribunal of galactic space people from the many, many Christed beings of light of star systems. They will be tried for treason against the planet Earth, not against any specific life form, but all life forms on this planet have actually been mistreated by these people,
And what they
by
said,
their power.
what they said, Commander, is that they're going to put them in front of the world and let the world decide what they're going to do with them. You know, they're hoping that that we choose for, you know, it's going to be up to the world, but they're hoping that we're going to choose forgiveness and choose to put these people back to school, basically back to
Yeah,
teach them how to be right.
yeah. And it doesn't mean that all of them are going to be right, as April and I know and all of you know from living on this planet. We know what's going on with Gaza, with all these inhumane bombings of men, women, and children and babies. And that's only one portion of our planet. So all these people, all these leaders, like in Israel and other places that are doing this, they're going to be put on trial, intergalactic trial for inhumane treatment of other people. It's in order to bring all these beautiful things up to the surface. The first thing's going to happen before that even happens. All the world leaders are going to be, and every single person that needs to be arrested and taken off planet will be tried off planet by an intergalactic tribunal. I mean, that's the only word I can use. I don't know if there's a different word I would use. I call it tribunal or council. It'll be a grouping of people from space that will be questioning these people and giving them a chance to express what they did and see if they are willing to change. And believe me when I say this, we can read energy of human beings. Um, I, in some cases, do it on my show. I don't know if it's in being intuitive, whatever it is, I can read things about people on a galactic level. Those are in this council are way more activated in that way than I am, and they will be looking to see these world leaders, and they will be taken off planet to be questioned about their activities on Earth and what they've been doing to human beings. And
Hmm.
not such a beautiful, and it hasn't been in a very beautiful way that these leaders and the lies they've told humanity on planet Earth. So I'm speaking very much in my Ashtar command mode fully tonight, and they are going to be dealt with very shortly. I don't know what the time or date is. When I shortly in this particular time period, at some point they are going to be dealt with first before any of these things are brought to the surface of the planet by our space people to be used by the general public. They will be taught how to use these things. People are going to go through learning experiences with our space people as they come back to Earth in a more public way. You're going to learn a lot of things about the ways of living in a more peaceful, Christed frequency of light, and you're going to learn quite a few things as we get closer to contact.
And then the other thing, one of the other places that I went to is, you know, they, you know, as Ashtar Command is out rounding up these, I've been calling I've been calling them low vibers, as they've been out rounding up these vibrational beings and people, um, and kicking them off planet. You know, they discovered that, and they brought me to one of these places. These guys, these elite and you know, higher ups have these places that they have. They're like almost like storage bunkers that they have for themselves that have so much food in them. I mean, just huge rooms just full of food that could feed a country for probably half a country for probably a whole week. There's so much food stored in these places, and that's selfishly for them because they're scared when contact does happen that they think they're going to have a place to go run and hide. But we're fine because we're out there rounding up these guys and rounding up these negative low vibers that they are just starting to discover these places, and all that food that's stored down there is going to be brought out of their storage and given to the people.
Yeah, and that's what April's talking about is absolutely very true. Now, understand it. April's been on the ship now 15 times. Is it 15 now after last night? I keep track of all that in my head. I can track every single time she's taken on the planet. 15 times physically onto the spaceship. And one of the things that is really important to understand when contact does happen, it will happen in a way where our Ashtar Command space people on the ships are very careful about what they're doing because they know they're coming into a planetary system that has not always been very friendly towards anybody. It's just the way the planet's been. There might be some people that are fear based, not people in power, but humans that have never experienced love. And so there's going to be different reactions from different people. But understand that when we have our spaceships land, and they will land in certain areas that are more remote to begin with, we are monitoring the consciousness of the planet of humans, of all consciousness. Our space family is monitoring not only our biological family, but we have monitoring systems on the ships that can monitor consciousness, and we can monitor where your consciousness is. If your consciousness is at a lower vibrational frequency or a distorted consciousness that is not aligned in the level of universal love, we'll be able to read that consciousness through our mechanisms on the ship. We have certain mechanisms. I can't believe I know this, but we have certain mechanisms that we can actually monitor your consciousness. Maybe it's because I've been downloaded. I'm activated this way. I don't have to look anywhere for how do we read human consciousness? Do I go to a website? No. Why do you think I know the answer? Because I have the answer. Because I don't need any website. I don't need somebody conjuring me the answers. Everything I get is downloaded in my consciousness from the command. I don't need to channel anything. I don't need pendulums. I need nothing. I know what I know, what I know, what I know. And I know it. That's it. Really.
Yeah, it was quite amazing. And the other thing that I didn't really talk about yet either was now those because I had asked the last time about those babies that woman was had that really negative experience with. I talked to him about those babies, and they brought me to those babies. They brought me to a
Really?
batch of them. And what's going to happen now with those is that the parents that have had that was forced to go through that, if they so choose after contact happens, and they want to be reunited with their babies, they can be. And those babies are being raised in the light. They are being raised to be good beings, and they are being and if they choose not to be reunited because of the trauma and they decide that they don't want that, they will be placed with space people that can't have kids or don't have children and that want children. So they will be raised with them, being raised in good Christed light.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing
Yeah,
for
that
people to
makes me
know that,
really
right?
happy for those babies because they are half human, and it's not their
Yeah.
fault that this happened to them.
Yeah.
So
So
they have stepped in, and they're going to be doing right by these babies, the ones that
it's
they
good.
were able to rescue.
And that's what the command does.
Mhm.
Our space family does things that help people, and in this case, because of what happened to these babies, they
Mhm.
have a chance to, because they're babies, they're not going to be influenced by negativity. They'll be surrounded by love, by Christed energies of light. My thing is, April, I think that they will go as they get older or become more mature from being babies, that they will, because they're being enveloped with such a beautiful life of love. How could you not want that? If you're a baby,
Right.
you're not being taught how to hurt somebody. You're being taught how we love you. You can be loved too,
Hmm.
right? I think that's what they'll do. I mean, that's what I think.
That's what the plan is. So I'm very, very happy about that and very hopeful about that. Um, I was really glad that I got to see them and that they had shared that with me because I was really worried about it and they wanted to like ease my mind and all
Yeah,
that too. So, if that woman is ever in here again, that she will know that she will be given that choice, and if she
that's
wants
right.
it. And if not, then she, to ease her mind that the babies will be raised in the light.
Yeah, see. And I have a feeling we somehow helped her. She's never come back since then, but things happen for a reason. Maybe things will change for her, hopefully
I
in
hope
a
so.
positive way. Me
I
too.
hope so.
Me too. And also tonight, since I got the lighting on, we're going to invite our my Luna or one of the people on the ship, my sisters, to pick out a song if possible, or if they wish to speak or come into my room, they can
I'm
do
on
that. They
that
can.
phone.
Oh, you're on that phone. Okay, so they can't do that. Okay.
No.
But they can actually speak on that phone because you're on the phone using
Mhm.
audio. Though, so even though they can't play music, now's their chance to say, "Okay, Commander, I'm your sister. I'm going to come through the back door over there, and I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to start dancing."
No more
So,
surprises.
well, for me, it would be a surprise, not for you. You've had enough surprises. I would like to have a surprise. Could I have a surprise to my family? Can you surprise me tonight? It's a beautiful night in my room here. I did this all for you. It's almost like we're having a birthday party. So, like, maybe, possibly. I mean, you don't have to pull me onto the ship. I don't have to go through a rift or a raft or a boat. All you have to do is just come on in, hang right. I'm thinking of a come on in, hang down, do 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 do. I'm singing of a song. Come
I'm
on down, come on in, and you can dance with me too. I feel like singing to them.
so
You
sing
can
to
dance.
them.
I will. Come on down, come on in. We can dance together in the room. The lighting's just right. It's all sight. We could go dancing in the starlight. Come on down, come on in, come on into the room. Do 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 do. Was that good?
That
Did
was.
everybody like that? You know, I feel like singing one more song for them,
I was
and
trying to
maybe,
see if I could bring up the delayed lighting on here.
yeah.
And maybe
Oh
they.
yeah,
I was trying to see. I don't know if I can or not. I'm, you know how I am with
yeah.
technology.
I know you are.
I am some kind of not technical person.
And while she's trying to be technical, not being technical, I'm saying, come on down, come on in. Let's go singing and do it again. I'm on a spaceship and I can't come back. I'm going out into the universe on track. Come on down. The stars are so bright. I see all the colorful light. Come on down to Commander tonight. My sisters, what are you doing on the ship when you can be here with your brother? You could be dancing and we could dance all night. Oh, yeah.
Be with my brother from another mother.
He's my brother from another mother. Luna, how you doing on the ship? Robar, are you laughing? Are you really hip? My sisters and my brother, what are you doing on the ship when you can be here with your brother and hang out for a while? In style. I'm really doing it tonight. I'm going all out here, folks. Hey, look, my numbers went up when I started singing. I'm a little bit, I didn't want anybody tell anybody. I had some albums back in the day. My most famous album when I went galactic was this song. When I was a kid, I was taken on a ship to live. I went all over the place to see the human race, and then I got out in haste. But I came back with a disco light on. Then the psychedelic music was turning me on. But I found out later in my life I wanted to be in space. That was the place. with the human race to experience life, to see the light. As you look at me, I'm being silly. So welcome here. Wherever you are, you can't get far because I have a big word to say, and that is Tahar.
No, he's a poet, and you guys didn't even know it.
Thank you for all the gifts, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's not in here.
It's not. It's all right.
I tried. I'm sorry. It's just not in.
No, you don't have to be sorry. You just have to be Tahari. See, I shift consciousness. I can make anybody happy, even my sister. See, I just switched her consciousness. She's really happy now. I expect she'll be happy all weekend because I just put that frequency of light into that happiness. That's what I do. But all these things we're talking about, are so beautiful, and also we're giving you information that we can give you. What April gives you information she can. There's certain things we can't give you right now until time comes and we can. But this is always ongoing. April, I know you know this to be true. Every time that you have to go on the ship, it's for a reason, and it's to help people get prepared. The things we can share, the things you can share, you do, and the things that are private have to be private for now. And we know that, and that we respect that. So I think it's a beautiful thing that we're on tonight, and just enjoying this beautiful interaction with the lighting. I'm going to be using this lighting every Friday night. I just really love it.
I'm really
Um,
digging that. It's so cool. It looks like from where I'm sitting, it looks like it's 3D. It looks like the lights are like moving around you. It looks like you're
yeah,
in a galaxy.
yeah.
It doesn't look flat against the wall. It looks like it's in the air.
Now I'm going to do an actual test here. I'm going to test my cosmic family, my sisters, my brother, my father, my mother, to say something in languaging in words in English right now. I'm going to be silent, and I want to hear them say something about the room that I'm in. Let's
What?
see if we can hear.
I
Let's see
want
if we can hear them.
to. Is that an open doorway behind you?
Yeah.
This looks like there's lights coming from it. Can anybody
Well,
see
there's
that, or is that just me? I can't.
there's lighting. There's like the little lights that come in and out from the thing. Those
Okay.
little dots of light. That's
Yeah.
from that's
Okay.
coming from the thing. If you see a tall woman or something from the spaceship looking through the doorway, it's not a door, that's into my meditation room. If you see a head sticking out with a tall, beautiful woman, a sister, or maybe my brother or my mother, let me know, folks, because right now
But
I'm
that's what
here.
it like right here, guys. Look at see right here. Doesn't it look like there's almost like a shoulder coming out of that doorway, or is that just me?
No, this is my back of my this is my
Oh,
chair.
okay, it's your chair. All right. I was like, that looks like a shoulder coming out. Okay, it's your
Yes,
chair. All
that's
right.
my
That's
chair.
okay. So the lights are bouncing off your chair. I was kind of, I'm like looking at that and I'm like, that it looks like something's like lit up and a shoulder's coming out.
The
Okay.
lexicon keeps asking a question. I keep telling lexicon that Luna is my mother, and he
Um,
wants to know
that's
who your
that's
mother
his
is.
space mother. If you didn't know, we both have space parents that live off a planet. Live on right now they're living on the spaceship, but we both have space parents. Before we were placed into these bodies, our space starseed selves are actually up in cryostasis right now, but our families are up there and they have been here with us and our conscious I cannot talk tonight. Our basically our star seed self that's in these human
Our bodies are. So she's trying to say
players.
she's speaking non human at the moment. But
Targaryen.
I'll yes, but I will translate what my sister's trying to say. Essentially, our body. What was the question?
I was trying to explain to her about our parents.
Oh yeah, our parents are on the ship. Our bodies are in stasis on a ship that protects our bodies are being very protected. Our space bodies, we are much taller. We're not like 100 feet tall, but we're about 2 or 3 feet taller than we are in this form. And where our space bodies are perfectly protected, and our parents, they know where our bodies are on this one ship. All our bodies are in stasis. Many of you have bodies, believe it or not, on other ships. There's more than one ship. There are ships that are there that have bodies of millions of people that are on Earth that came from the stars, and your bodies are in stasis. The bodies stay in stasis until we complete our missions. And then when we complete our missions, whatever that is, you'll have the opportunity to go back into your body on stasis, that's in stasis, and wake up. It's basically you've been sleeping all this time, now you wake up, say, oh wow, that's been a long dream. Oh wow. Hey Ma, hey Dad, how you doing? It's like that's what stasis is. I'm kind of going kind of in a comical way, but to make you understand it, our bodies are protected in stasis on a ship. And then when we finish our mission or complete our mission, we will have the opportunity to either come back to Earth and stay here. And not that we can't go back off planet, we can be in the human body. Once contact started, we can go back and forth on the ships in our human form. Right now, we can't do that because we're not in a state of contact where that can be possible. But it will eventually happen. Would you agree with that, the way I stated that?
Yes. That's what I was trying to explain, but it wasn't coming out right.
That I feel like a ventriloquist, like I'm speaking what you're trying to say.
Mhm.
Yeah, like a puppet. I'm not a puppet.
Exhausted.
Lexicon says you said on live you didn't want to hurt command feelings. Who would hurt command's feelings? Um, in relation to what? Let's see here. I'm a Christed being of light. It's just Johnny Newcastle. Beautiful Johnny. And Johnny's been on my show. So that's exactly what people have to realize. We are all Christed beings of light. And sometimes we forget it because we're here having such a crazy human experience. We don't think about being,
You do.
meditate.
Oh, somebody's saying, how can I find out if I have a space family? You do have a space family. If you are a starseed, you have a space family.
Yeah, Lexicon. Luna is my mother. April's mother. April, what's your mother's name, by the way?
Azrael?
Azrael. So just so people don't get confused, my mother's Luna. April's mother's
Oh, I
Azrael.
think she was talking about the pictures because we got them confused. When I was showing the pictures, it was showing a picture of my mom and you thought it was your mom.
Oh.
Though there was some confusion in there.
Oh yeah. There was a picture of my mom
Yeah.
that we showed. I showed that picture. Yeah, my mom. I'm going to go off of this for a minute. I'm going to show you my mom. I think I have the picture here, so people can see what's happening here. Let me see if I can
If
do it.
it's the one where she was upside down and looking upwards, that one was my mom. I think that's where the confusion came in.
Let's just get this one right here with the. Is that my mom or your mom?
I can't even see what that one is. Why is it coming out so weird?
Do I have a better picture? Let me see if I do. Hold on a minute.
Let me pull up mine. I'll show you.
Okay. Let me do this here for you folks. I have another picture.
What am I doing?
Here.
Okay, I hit the wrong one.
I'm gonna.
Did you find it?
Here, I think this is better. Here's another picture.
Hang on, let me jump down out of these.
Anyone can
see what you're showing. Yeah, that one was my mom. That's where you got
That
it.
was your mom.
Yeah.
Oh, I got confused.
That were behind her.
Do you have a picture of my mom?
I do, but I don't know if I have it like right up front.
Okay.
I
was confusing your mom with my mom. You're right.
Yeah.
Lexicon, you're right about that.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
I messed up on that one big time.
That's okay. It's okay. Our
I
parents are
messed
so
up on-
close. It doesn't,
I messed up on that.
That's okay. It's
I got
okay.
mute tears. I got mute tears going on my eyes here now. No, I'm
I
good.
have a picture of your mom in here somewhere. I know I do. Oh my
What you'll
god.
have to do is send me a picture of her so I can actually show the right picture of
Yes.
my mom. Your mom is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Now you're gonna make me go digging for these. um, hang on.
Thank you, Etheric. Thank you for the heart puffs. We appreciate it.
I've got so many different shots of your dad. It's weird because, like, when he's coming through the rift, he looks so, because the way he was coming through, it just looks so weird.
Mm,
The rift distorts him so bad, but it's, it's the best shot we got of actually showing you guys a picture of what they look
yeah.
like.
I just want to mention to my dad while you're on that phone, the
Hmm.
next time you come through the rift, Dad, can you do a full, really good, let the picture come through the screen so April can get a
This
good
is
picture of
Commander's
you?
father right here. Hold on, let me show him your father doing the Captain Morgan. This is your dad. Hang on.
And they can hear everything we're talking about. April's on the phone where our families can hear the Pearl program. They're watching it on a monitor right now.
And you got
So
to
believe it or
remind me to
not,
send this to you because I keep forgetting. You know how
yeah,
I get ahead of
I'm going to
myself.
give you a subliminal message. April, send me the picture tonight before you go to sleep or you've been taking on a ship again. Send me the picture, April. Or you can't go on the ship until you do.
Now, where did it go? Oh my goodness, I just had it. Hang on. Oh, it jumped away on me. I hate when this does that.
So Daniel, let me explain something. Like Heaven's Gate, do we discard? No, we don't do anything like Heaven's Gate. That whole thing was an Earth-based, crazy, cultish, whatever it was. We when we do go on the ship, when we complete our mission, our space family, our galactic family, we have the choice to go back into our physical space bodies, which are in stasis, or we can just stay as we are and go back to Earth and hang out with our cousins and relatives on the planet until we finish what we're doing here. The other thing is when all the things are brought up to Earth, when contact is completed, we have equipment or things or technology that will reverse the aging process of humans. We have hidden technology that can reverse the aging process. As April has talked about, and I've known this for a long time, is that we weren't supposed to be aging and getting wrinkles and falling apart. We were supposed to be looking like in our 20s and 30s and still be 300 or 400 years old. So, no, it won't be anything like that. But good question, Daniel. Good question. Uh, let's see here. How can I find out? Alfred says if I have a space family. You all do. The thing you have to do, Alfred, is take time to learn to meditate. I would say spend a half hour a day if you're not meditating a lot. Focus on meditation and focus on the just saying, I am a Christed being of light. I wish to connect with my star family only. And as you do that meditation, eventually down the road, you will connect with them. You should use higher vibrational ambient music in meditation. That'll make you relaxed and amp you up into a different state of consciousness. So get out of the earth consciousness of your 3D world into that space consciousness, which will allow you to connect at some point what we call your star family.
So, let me get my fat head out of the way.
Yeah.
This one was your dad when he was out there waiting for the weather ship, and
Oh,
when he had his hand on that. This is a device that they place into the ground,
yeah.
and he would this. I know it's blurry, guys. I apologize. But this white light right here was actually a
Yeah.
weather ship coming in, and it was coming to disperse the clean water
Mm,
that the space people had cleaned up, and were putting the water back at Earth. But they have to place these devices down on the ground in order to get the water to go to where they need it to go.
yeah.
And this is his father was actually off ship, and he was out there waiting for it, and he had his leg like basically doing the Captain Morgan, like he had his leg bent up and kind
Yeah,
of.
is that his leg on the bottom portion and his arm
Oh, I'm
sticking
sorry.
out
Like
of?
you can see what I'm pointing at. This is his
That's
leg,
the that's
and then
his
this is his
leg.
arm. His waist is right here. This is his
Uh
like
huh.
he's in uniform.
Yeah,
Back of his head's right here.
yeah. I see the head.
Yeah, it looks better when you can actually
So
see it up back
he's
on the screen.
he's wearing his helmet. He's facing away from the camera.
He doesn't have a helmet on, but yes.
Oh, he's facing, but he is facing away from the camera
Yeah.
though.
hmm
Yeah. I'm gonna say
I'll
to my
send it to
dad,
you. You can see the details better when it's not blowing up from the
well, if my
screen.
dad ever comes in your room again from the rift,
hmm
Dad, you need to take a better photo in the camera so we can see it. I know you're not thinking about that,
It's
but
the
that has
risk.
to happen. It's the rift. Come through, come totally through the rift, get out of the rift, and get a camera shot. Let April get you on camera.
You
You
know
got to
that they
do it.
don't like me to take pictures and they immediately shut my phone down. You know this? I was lucky I got that. That was a
I know.
sneaky shot.
That
That
was a
was a
sneaky
sneaky
shot.
one because they shut my one phone off I had in my hand, but I had that
Yeah.
second one in my
Yeah, the
pocket.
second one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, since we're family, you would think they would have some decency to let us take some photos. I mean, it's not like we're strangers. You got our bodies in stasis right now. We're living on this planet doing the mission work. The least you can do is let April take some good photos. Tar. I do react. I mean, I can't help it. You know, when people send me that hat, I just have an automatic response. It's like I feel like a different person. It's that's a great picture though of him. That's a really beautiful thing. Also, it's serious. What they're doing is the water thing, as she explained it. That's the beautiful part. Thank you very much, Jersey for Life. That's some of the beautiful things that we do is that we're replenishing the water, which is purifying it. You know.
And that's his father. So I just thought that was really cool. They put this device down on the ground, and it pulls the water to where it needs to go. And so what they do is they put that purified water to the much needed plants, like the ones that are in the higher elevations, because the water's always running downhill. The tops
Mhm.
on the plants that are up top aren't getting enough water. So these guys are not only giving them enough water, but they're giving purified water to them, to all the
Yeah.
plants up there and
and
trees.
that and the purified water, if we were to take some of that purified water that they purify from the spaceship with the technology, that water, if we were to drink it, would be the best water in the world because it's totally pure. There's nothing in it but purity, and it's actually not only pure, but it's filled with frequencies of light in it because it's purified with that light energy into it as well. It's not just pure water; it's really pure water. I
Yeah.
mean, I would suspect it would be the best, healthiest water you can drink. And also for our plant life, it's the healthiest thing to help them sustain the stuff that goes into a tree or a flower. It really sustains life in a beautiful way. Um, and let's see, Boston Boy is saying, when will contact day happen? Are you talking about, I think, Boston Boy, you're talking about the larger contact happening? I think you're looking within a year and a half. I would say about a year and a half. At least that's when it will start happening. Um, and again, the information we give you here, folks, is not channeled. I don't channel anything. I don't have. I'm not. I don't use a crystal ball. I don't have any pendulums or cards throwing up in the air that I look at or websites. We're pretty much the beginnings of mass contact, probably in a year and a half. Now if the timeline changes, myself or April or both of us will tell you. If we get new information, you'll get real information here. You're not going to get it from somebody on Facebook channeling Oshkosh Bigosh saying, "We love you." And tomorrow morning, we're going to have a huge ship over the planet. And where the ship is going to be multicolored, and there's going to be little donkeys coming out of it, jumping around in the sky, and they're going to make a landing. The donkeys are going to go hee haw, and then they go hee haw. That's their language of saying, "We love you."
The Oshkosh
And
Bagosh. I
Oshkosh
know that he's
Bigosh.
my brother. I'll claim him.
And I hope you're enjoying it on the ship because they have the monitors. They can watch me. It's not like it's the comedy hour. You send me to planet Earth to do the mission work. You think I should not have a sense of humor? Dealing with all the crazy people on here? You know, good thing I didn't go crazy on here because I'm actually doing the mission work. But no, but seriously, folks, contact probably you're looking at about a year and a half. And everything, the timeline is so important, as April knows, and I know, and many of you know, it's the timeline. We live in a planet with time. We don't live in a planet without it. So everything changes relative to the timeline. So Boston Boy, to be serious, um, right now it's a year and a half. That timeline can shift before the year's up. We might say, okay, it's a year and a half now. They can change according to what's happening on the planet with people, with all the life forms on here, and also realize that we do have people right off the ships, not just us, that came from on the ships in the human form. We have people that are from the ships living on Earth that are from the spaceships directly, meaning they're living very remotely, very quietly in different places, and they are people that go back and forth on the ships. And different than what April will do or what I'm going to be doing in a couple months or some of our contact group. It's a little bit different, but again, it's they get constantly on and off the ship if they need to. April's existence in going on the ship, or her ability to go on the spaceships of the command with her family, is basically generating information, activating her, downloading her with more information every time she goes. And it's not always easy because she's away for, it could be a couple of weeks, a month, but you can get exhausted and tired because you're going back and forth like that, and then it can affect your well-being when you're talking to people because now you're exhausted. You went on that trip. You want to talk about things, but sometimes we have to just rest our mind and our body after going off a ship. I'm sure I will feel that way when I go on my first journey. I'll probably be tired, and I'll just say to myself, okay, I have information, but I'm going to rest myself, and then I'm going to pick the right time to feel fully, downloaded to know what to do. Because it could, like I said, she's been on it 15 times.
Hey, guys, we are real close to 100, so can we all keep tapping?
Oh yeah,
We're getting close to 130, and we are so close. If everybody taps, we can make it.
yeah. I didn't realize that. And also, thank you, April. We've had 4,700 people since 11 o'clock at night tonight come in here and watch the show. So when you're seeing 180 or 200, just realize that overall audience has been now 4,700 people. That's a lot of people since 11 o'clock. And then now we're almost 2 hours, it's 11 to 12. It's like over 2 hours. I don't know. I'm losing track of Earth time, but I think that's about right. You know, and so we want to make this a Friday night for us. Is we like to answer your questions, and we try to do the best we can, and I think we are. And we want you to feel safe. We want you to feel, that the things that are coming are going to be beautiful and good, and there's a lot to look forward to. Contrary to whatever you have read on the internet or websites, forget all that stuff because those are written by people, and those people have their own agendas, their own ideas, and also many of them have their own ego. Their egos are so big that they can't tell you anything because they're operating from an ego state. Oh, April, your mic's off. Wait a minute. Oh, that's right. Your mic is off. Wait a minute. How come your mic is off?
I don't know.
Okay, wait a minute. I got it. I got your mic. I can turn your mic on. Wait a minute. Okay, you're on. I got the mic on.
Sorry about that. But somebody's asking if they need to let go of their religion, and how do I need to let go of my religion? You don't need to let go of your religion. You can keep your religion.
As long as your religion is the religion of love, that's the only religion you need. So that religion means that you don't have to go to a temple, a church, a mosque, or anywhere. If you believe in the total religion of love on earth, you're fine. And like April said, you don't have to give up your religion, but also just realize whatever your religion is doing, if it's really benefiting you in a very beautiful way or not. But yeah, the most purest religion there is for human beings to realize that is on every planetary system of light is the religion of love. And then our space people don't even really use the word religion. But there is a thing called the religion of, I mean, I would say when I hear the word religion, I would say if people on earth learn to live in love and the frequency of love, that is the highest level that we can all live in. And if we embrace that, we can not only embrace it, but we can own it. And if we own that, that'll make everything way different, whether it be your family life, your friends, people in other countries you meet. Just realize that we're all totally in this in a very unique way. We all come from different religions because we're born on Earth. I gave up my Earth-based religions years ago. I've tried other religions just to see what they were like, and just to learn what their experiences are. But really, the truth is, I have no religion except the religion of love, and that's the most purest religion. Don't you have the same mom, like Xena? No, we have different moms. Um, April's mom and my mom are different. We have different moms.
Yeah, our family
Yeah.
is real. I don't know what is going on with my screen. Our what are they doing? I'm not doing anything. That's them
Oh,
messing
the
with
space people.
us. I didn't touch anything.
Okay. Well, since they're doing that, I'm gonna say right now, uh, if our space family wishes to speak, since you're able to play around with April's phone, is there anything you would like to say while we're all on this together? Anything you want to say on our ship?
Hold on, let me set this down.
Mom, dad, brother, sister, mother, father, anything?
I'm not hearing anything.
No, I'm not hearing anything. So they're playing around with your phone, but they don't want to say anything. Isn't that nice? Aren't you so nice up there?
You saw him
Just,
doing it. I'm just like, what is going
I
on
did.
with this thing?
If I, you know, I'm not on the ship right now, but wait till I get back up there. We're gonna have to sit down and have a talk, and I'm gonna smile every time. Now you might be taller than me, my mother and father, but I'm gonna give you the biggest loving hug that you've ever had from your son, guaranteed. Is there anything you'd like to say up there? You can't do anything. You can't even play any music on her phone because she's using the phone. You can't even play any music on her phone. Ha ha ha. You can't even send a message because she's on that phone.
Watch, my whole screen's gonna blank out, and you're gonna get the the one
No,
finger.
they're not going to play any music. They might be able to control the phone, but they can't play the music while you're on. They can only hear me sing, and I'm happy to do it because I'm in such a lighthearted. I'm in such a galactic mood here right now. I can jump out of my body onto the spaceship, but I'm
It's
not going to do that.
it's 1:30, and you just made it to 100.
100,000. Thank you, everybody.
Awesome, guys.
Thank you so much. Everybody's really good here tonight. We love all of you. You know that we're in the love mode. I'm so amped up right now. If I get any more amped up, I'm going to go out of body. And that's a picture of my father or your father.
Yours.
Oh,
That's your
okay.
father.
Oh, I need a picture. I can see his eye. I can see him. I can see he has hair and his face. I see the eyes.
Yeah.
I can see his face.
That right there is part of the rift. That I'm sorry, that's part of the rift right there. He has
Yeah.
one of those. When they have their helmets on, they wear these like. Hold on, you can't see what I'm doing here. This lighting is so weird. But they wear these like head masks. They're like what am I thinking? What's the word I'm thinking of? Their head covers that they wear. They almost like when people are skiing, how they put those tight ski masks on. That's what he
Yeah.
has on. He had before this he had a helmet on. I asked him to take the helmet off.
Oh,
And
good.
so they wear those black like skin tight things that hold their hair down so they can slide their helmets off and on.
Yeah. And the reason why, Soul Hunter, the reason why pictures are a little bit, this picture is really good. I mean, there's a vibrational energy when they come through the rift, so it does affect the cameras. So the pictures are pretty good when you look at it that way. And if April, you'll have to send me a copy of that picture. You can see right now the human face of my father. Take a real good look, everybody. So this is my father that I've never met before from the spaceship. See his human head, just like ours. That's my father. You can see his eyes. You can see his human face. It's a lighter color, like our skin. And it looks like he has also, coming through the rift, he has dark hair. I don't know if he has dark hair in real life, but it looks like he has dark hair
He does.
around him. He does. So that's my father. You can see the head of hair. Everyone, look at this really closely and throw your mind out the window and just look at it with your eyes. You'll see he's human and he has a blue aura, yes. And you can see my dad's his hair and his shoulders. And I just want people to know
This thing
that,
on his head is like it's like a leotard. It's like a leotard that holds his hair back. It's like completely covering his head because they have to be able to slide their helmets off and on.
yeah,
So to keep his hair down and smooth underneath, they wear like this leotard like hat thing that kind of covers over their whole back of their head. So just
yeah,
his face is coming through the leotard because it's part of the
yeah,
uniform. And he has a cloak over his shoulder right here, and he's wearing his like I don't know, he has part of his uniform on right here. It comes about up to here, and then he has that leotard
yeah.
thing
I
on.
can see,
Because I asked
I
him to
can,
take his helmet off.
and I can see part of the uniform to the where it's like a light blue. It looks like he has symbols on the uniform, and I can see his uniform has a lighter color to it.
I'll send it to you so you can see it.
Yeah, that'd be
But
great.
that's Commander's father. He does have dark hair though.
And
He
you
does
can
have
see it,
dark hair.
Daniel. You can see his hair if you look closely. Everybody, his hair is dark around his forehead and
Hmm.
around the sides. So his hair, like mine, is dark. My father has dark hair on the spaceship.
All these beings, guys, look like they are in their early to late 20s,
Yeah,
and they're hundreds of years old.
yeah,
And his dad is quite fit.
yeah. He's
But
probably in better shape than I am.
that blue light around him is coming from the rift. So they're what they do is there's they tear put a I'll show you what a rift looks like if you do not know what a rift looks like. I will show you. And it's a tear in space and time that they come through. So they will often look distorted when they come through it. Not to mention the fact that their vibration is so immense when they're coming through this that it causes them to be blurry. So this is a
Yeah,
rift in time and space.
and
So it's like a
this is
tear.
how they when they come through in April's home, they it's a rift. They open up the rift, and they can come in from the ship into her home, and then when she goes into the ship, she goes in through the rift opening, and then in like 2 seconds, she's off planet on the spaceship.
But they can literally open these things like they're curtains. They just put their hands on them. They have these gloves and devices on, but they pull those open and just step through them almost like
And I'm
nothing.
also acknowledging Shai has stopped in. Shai, I just want to say hello. She's been busy for a long time. I just want to say she's a friend of the show. Shai, good evening or good morning over there, and I hope you're getting ready for Mother's Day weekend as well. And we all send our love to Shai. She's a good friend of our show, been very, very busy. She's one of our people that provides us with disclosure information with top security clearance. Um, I also would say the other question we have here from Exena. Now, did your space family choose your Earth, mother and father, so you could be born? Now, did your space family choose your Earth, mother and father? You know, that I understand the question. I don't know. I think it was just one of those things. My Earth parents were kind of interesting. My mother on Earth, who doesn't live anymore, many years ago in Connecticut, she told me a story of seeing these rings of light going down the driveway through pine trees. She said, I saw these rings of light go down the hill in the back of the house through the pine trees. And I said, oh, that's interesting. I never really delved into, but I think I don't know where my mother and father are now, except that they're not here anymore. I don't know if they went back into human form in another part of the country, or world, or whatever, or where they are. But that was my Earth based family. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just random, maybe not random, that we choose our families when we come here from off planet. I'm not really sure the answer on that. Uh, let's see. Let's see here. Whoops. Someone's saying we miss you. I'm shy.
Yes, we do.
We do miss you. I'm shy. I'm not sure if she's still here or not, but she was in here for a minute.
She
I'm shy. If
probably.
you're still here, say hello to everybody. I'm shy. Don't be shy. I know she's shy, but don't be that shy. She might have just been in and out of here for just like 2 seconds. User 570 says, "You are a star being." If that's to both of us, yes, we are human, but we are star beings. Yes, we. This is our human. Oh, hey there! I missed the show. Don't worry. And I'm shy. I give you happy mother. I know you're not a mother, but happy Mother's Day to your family. So that's our dear friend. I'm shy. We love her. She's a beautiful person, and we're glad. And we're going to have her back on here. You know, she'll come on when she's ready to. We'll figure that out with her, and I'm sure she'll have a lot of information. So I'm shy is listening to this. So I'm shy. Um, there's a lot going on. April, I'm shy, is going off planet 15 times now, and you're seeing actual photos. So I'm sure, we're providing disclosure to the public with our show here with my friend April, myself, and I don't know if I told I'm shy this, but there'll be five of us, including April. We're going to be going on a spaceship of what we call the Ashtar Command, probably in 12 months, I think, about a year, unless the timeline changes. So, but April's been on the ship 15 times, I'm shy, and she's provided information from the spaceship, from the people on the ship that have taken on board the ship. So it's good to see you back here, and we just want to send you our love, and we're just glad you're here. We really do. Want to send your love to Tom Shy, everybody. Wish her a great weekend. We're just glad to have you here. So welcome back. And so you're seeing the rift here, and this is how April goes. Now they could open a rift anywhere in their home, but the rift opening allows them. It's like a cosmic opening, and she goes in. They pull her in through the rift, and she's in the spaceship. So if you don't understand that technically, all I can say is that that's how it works. Grace, hello, welcome to the show, Grace Govender. Hey, Grace Govender. Now I have my special lighting on tonight. I read all the directions not to look at the laser because it'll mess up my eyes. So I'm making sure the laser is not facing towards me. Or you have to face it up. I think you can face it up too. I'm still learning to play around with it. So it's pretty interesting. Huh. But welcome everybody to the show here. We're going to be on here all night tonight. So we're doing a 24-hour show here. April and I have decided that we're going to stay on until 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. But I think around 2 o'clock we'll sign off. I think that's good. Elaine, Jess, welcome. There's no way I would, when I was back in my college days in Vermont, like I said, I would do an all-night radio show. But because where we were, when we went out of the library, the station was down in the below the library. I'd walk out to the other side of the campus, and I'd always feel kind of weird because it's like all wooded in Plainfield, Vermont. It's mostly a really country area with a couple of farms, and I'd always feel like I was being watched. Like it was like if I walked down a trail myself, I'm just wondering if a Bigfoot would jump out. Because it is an area where Bigfoot would be in Plainfield because it's all wooded. There are people living in Plainfield, but it's not like it's very different. playing field hasn't changed since the last time I went up there, you know. But I think it's just a beautiful thing to be here with everybody, and we just love. We just want the planet to be in a beautiful space, and we know the planet is all messed up right now. The way these people in power, are doing what they're doing, but there is a better way, and I think the better way is coming our way soon. We're the ones who are instituting it. I think when the five of us, go on the spaceship together, um, it's going to change not only our perceptions of reality, but it's going to help every human being on this planet, billions of people. What we're doing is the starting of something that has been given to us, a responsibility, a great responsibility, and that's a responsibility of not only we're breaking the matrix, but we're going to, in a domino effect, we're going to change the way the perception of the planet is, the way people live. Grace Govender says, I believe I had contact a few times throughout my life. Interesting. And
Commander,
Grace yeah.
it's 1:43. I'm gonna pop off. I am exhausted.
You know what? You can't be that. No, I'm just kidding. You definitely can pop off. I'm surprised you pop on after being on the ship that many hours, that many days. So I want to just thank April for being here. I want to thank everybody else for being here. It is getting late. I hope you learned a lot tonight from our Ashtar Command Contact Night. Tomorrow night is regular encounters. We'll be taking we'll be interviewing people. And so if you want to be interviewed tomorrow night, please come on at 11. Again, the protocol of that is over 200 followers. You can come on audio. If you have over 800 followers, you can come on video, meaning like camera, like April is doing here. And April's a professional. She's been on here for at least 25,000 years. No, I'm just kidding you. But I want to just say thank you, my cosmic family. The phone she's on, they're watching and listening. I want to thank all the people on the ship for viewing the show. And I hope everybody on the ship, everybody on Earth, has a beautiful weekend.
And happy
All
Mother's
right.
Day.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody. All right. I'm shy, everybody. Everybody have a beautiful weekend. I'm a little bit tired too. It's been a long night. So take care, April. Have a good sleep. Take time, rest, get regenerated, and we'll talk to you soon. I'm going to take April off here. And okay. And then I'm going to turn this thing off, and then I'm going to go to sleep. I hope everyone enjoyed tonight's special Ashtar Command Q&A. Hope everyone's relaxed. Hope everyone's feeling good. And don't let anything get you down. No matter how crazy the energies are right now with the solar storms and everything, there's a lot going on. So, and that's it. I don't think I have any too much more to say here. Thank you for all the gifts, everything, Red Jen, everybody. I'll try my question as Xena, definitely. Hey, Xena, why don't you give me the question now? I'll answer it before 2 o'clock. Thank you, Paranormal. Let's see here. Well, that was interesting. Ooh, I just heard a click. I was sitting here just now. I just heard like a click. Not from here, behind me. Interesting. Hmm. You heard it too. Did anyone else hear a click just now? I swear I heard a click. Okay, what's going on here? Wouldn't it be weird? I'm going to go off and then one of the space people shows up in my meditation room or something. April, find out if I had any, if April's still here. April, have a good night. Yeah. I think one of the space people is here in the house. I think they're here. I think they're here. You know, why couldn't they just come in here like in the middle of the show? Why does it have to be? It could be my guard too. Yeah, it might be. I swear I just heard that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like, right now, I'm just like in a different, I'm now focused on behind me. I'm just focused on behind me. Um, hmm. I am signing off in a minute, I think. But I did hear that click. It was like less than 5 minutes ago. It was like click. I don't know. I'm sure it'll show up on the recording here. Wouldn't it be interesting if one of the guards of the Ashtar command comes through? That would be interesting. I think the guards like the lighting. The, the four guards like the lighting. Thank you, Deborah. It might be my night tonight. It's really quiet now, but it was just like when I said I was going to sign off, I heard the clicking sound. Hmm. All right. I'm going to attempt to do something like go to sleep. Um, they want me to sing a song. I'll sing one song here. So I'm going to sing a song and see what happens. Because I did hear that. So here's my song before I go off the air. Or I keep saying off the air. Imagine all the people on planet Earth. Imagine all the people living in peace on Earth. Imagine all the children playing on the earth. Imagine all the people living together on Earth. Imagine all the people coming together now. All the animals and mammals, marine life everywhere. Imagine all the people living on the earth. Imagine all the people giving new birth. I sang a little bit. Oh, the Lennon song was in your mind. Interesting. I'm just very sitting here quietly listening. So if not saying anything, I'm listening. Yeah, yes, Spirit, thank you. Yeah, Grace Govender, tomorrow night we're going to hear your story if you come on at 11. Tex Vader is saying, is anyone seeing ET faces in the lighting? There's the lighting right there. Huh. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not going to project any of my own thoughts on this. I want to keep myself honest here. So if you're seeing things and I don't see it, let me know. Hmm. Would really be funny if the rift opened up behind me and my mother came through and she says, CmdrAleon, it's time to go. If that would happen, I'd be like, I thought I had to wait a year. I thought it was a year before I would go on ship. No, Commander, we want you to come on now. You've been asking for so much to come on the ship. We're not going to let you go to sleep. We're coming on the ship tonight. Why do you think we came here? Take care, April. Have a good sleep. Get some rest. I'm going to sign out of here. I think I am. I think I am. Either that or I actually will be taken on a ship. I'll let you know tomorrow night. I am a little bit tired here. Well, that's new. I've never seen that before. That was interesting. Hey, anyway, folks, seriously, thank you so much for being here, supporting the show. This is Encounters, the Friday night Ashtar Command edition. We'll have the Ashtar Command show again next Friday. Tomorrow night is Encounters, where you can share your stories about visitations, UFO sightings, um, Bigfoot, crop circles, the galactic cosmic areas from the inner Earth, subterranean cities, Mount Saint, let's see, City of Telos. I am a little bit tired here. So we're going to catch you all later. Thank you for all the gifting, everybody. And have a good night, everybody. Have a good weekend. Please follow. That's the other thing I want to say. If you're not following me, everybody follow me. Follow each other, but definitely follow the show host. You can do that by just following me. So take care. And again, have a good night.